All right. Spawning in here. Let's see what stats I can get. Okay, won't let me do that. Okay, I can't do that. Bruh. And I can't even do that. Damn. Looks like we're just gonna have to go random. Fuck it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're back at it with another video. Today, we're gonna be talking about how your life is literally a video game, bruh. Literally. So I know not all of us are like gamers here, but I'm basically just in this video, I'm basically gonna break our lives down as if we were in a video game because our life kind of already is that, but like no one sees it like I do. But bro, we're literally playing a game. Like, you feel me? Like, we're literally just in a game. Okay, so being born. Yo, I feel like we don't talk about how crazy being born is. Like, when you're born, you're literally born with random spawn, random stats. Like you don't know who your family is, a random race, a random era. Like, you could be born in the 1600s, bro. And I'm gonna be real, if I was born in the 1600s, I might be cooked.
Stop. What do you mean by that?
Just saying. Just saying. And if you look like me, you might also be cooked. If you get what I'm saying. But yeah, basically it's crazy because I basically have two pictures here. I have the first one. Look at this, bro. A loving family. Everyone's there. Look at the photos. The baby looks healthy. The family looks healthy. Like, this is like 10 out of 10 scenario, bro. But then you have the right side. This is a mother and her child. This is in the 1900s, I think. This is child failure or birth failure, whatever it's called. I'm so sorry. I don't know what it's called. But basically the technology wasn't good enough at the time, and oftentimes mothers or even babies too would also die during birth. And sorry, I probably should have put a warning here, but yeah, like, this was something that tends to happen in earlier times and would happen a lot. So us being here, like us being born, and like you watching this, that's already a W, bruh.
W's in the
Like, you are a living W. So both could be you, and yes, I mean you. So that's kind of crazy. Like, this is our life. This is how we live. Okay, guys, so we have your childhood. Not gonna lie, this can be very different depending on where you grew up or where you grow up. But I'm just gonna talk about my experience in America. So basically, not gonna lie, what happens here can or cannot mentally cook you for life. These are kind of your formative years. Like, you're in your tutorial. Think about choosing your like build. This is where you choose your build, kind of choose your class. You kind of, this is like the mold, kind of, but not really, because the mold, I feel like, is really your teenage years. But here, you really start to get a sense of who you are to a smaller degree. It's like your base stats. Like, your build's not set in stone yet, but you know, you're kind of getting like a feel for it, if that makes sense. So just kind of breaking down some of the pictures on screen. This is like, because some people have really good childhoods. Like, they were like, my childhood was great, it was nice. And then some people, on the other hand, their childhood was terrible, and it kind of leaked into later years into their lives, and it changed them a lot. So those are the two different experiences about that. Then I have the typical classroom with the teacher, the kids. Bro, I used to hate like sitting in the front, because I swear everyone would be talking in the back, and like, I didn't know what they were saying. I was trying to be with all the action, but I swear I would sit at the front like so much, bruh. And then these are just your stats. Not gonna lie, my build when I was younger was cooked. I wasn't the fastest, I wasn't the strongest. I was like relatively tall. That's like probably the only thing I had. I was kind of just basic, but I will admit I was funny. I was funny. I was a jokester. So I don't know, just I might have pulled here and there as a young lad. but that hasn't transpired into my adult life because I am
Bruh.
cooked. Anyways, moving on. Okay, so next up we get to your teenage years. So this is where the mold is really starting to form, like your like build is going strong. This is where people start really starting to group up, make them cliques, form groups. And this is just a nice time to be alive. So this first picture right here, basically I just got like choose your class. Now, obviously this isn't everything, but this is just kind of like a representation. There were the emo people, there were the jocks, nerds, the anime slash furry. That shouldn't be grouped together. Those just would be two different things, not gonna lie. And then the band kids. And then I should have added one more, just like the normie or like the mixed people who fill more groups, because I feel like this is more like 2000s coded, like early 2000s. But yeah, basically, yeah, no, you are just living life. You kind of starting to get a sense of who you are. You know what your build is. You know what you're going for. We got the gamers. I was a gamer, bro. I was on that game. That game would hate to see me. My Xbox would hate to see me coming, bro.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And then we got, you know, the typical high school parties, you know. People would have fun. These were where the cool kids would be at a lot of the time, you know, chill. I just have this iconic S. You kind of can't even see it, but I swear this would always be on like everywhere when I was a kid. Like literally people would have this everywhere. And then this next picture, you kind of start to build your music taste. Like I feel like during my teenage years, I was experimenting a lot, like with what I liked in terms of music. Like I think I was listening to pop, rap. I even dove into K-pop for like a bit, classical, like a lot of music types. And I feel like you really start, yeah, music starts really connecting to you here. And then it's just a picture of prom, you know, just those like those teenage feelings, like those teenage vibes. Like this is future Kenneth here. One could even say it smells like a teen spirit. Get the joke? You feel like you can conquer the world. I feel like either that or it was a really bad time. From what I've heard, a lot of people did not like high school at all. But yeah, you know, you're still kind of being formed. Your build's kind of there, kind of getting there, and yeah. Okay, so we have young adult here. This is where your build kind of starts to get like more like refined. Like it's not as drastic. People just start kind of like becoming regular people for the most part. So we all have the dreaded job application. Lord, bro. So at this age, you're typically either in school, you're working a job, maybe even both. This is college, by the way, or you're already like the rich, self-made, 22-year-old Miami, um, like 1 million followers on social media millionaire. So that's great. Yeah. But if you're this, then you already got it. Like you're already chilling. But I'm assuming most of us are in this range. So yeah, during this time, you're kind of pursuing your career, your life, either that or you're just trying to stack bread for real. Cause yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but so here I have, this is the gym, but this can be like a lot more things. But around this time in life, people just start focusing on themselves and on just bettering themselves in their life. Like a lot of people are in the gym, a lot of people eat healthier, a lot of people just take care of themselves more. So they're maxing out their health stat and all that. And then I'm not gonna lie, for I don't want to say most, but for a lot of people, money is tight. Like the money stat is not where it's at, especially for me. Like I'm low key cooked, but money is oof. Money might be a struggle for some people here. And then at the bottom left here, I have relationships. This is where you really test the waters. Now, not gonna lie, people around this age usually hook up a lot and do a lot of things. I'm not gonna give my input on hookup culture, but
Nuke the whole generation.
me personally, I don't partake in it. But yeah, around this age, a lot of people are hooking up, getting into relationships, getting out of relationships, finding themselves. And yeah, it's kind of what the young adult life is like. Got to add partying here, partying, clubbing, drinking. You know, young people be out and about, bro. So it's a fun time, but you still have to lock in on your coursework if you're in college, on your job if that's what you're doing. Maybe you're in trade, so cool. Maybe you're traveling abroad. Just you're kind of building your life here. You're kind of setting that foundation. Like this is where you're mid game, bruh. You're literally mid game here. So yeah. Okay guys, so that's gonna be all for today's videos. If you fuck with me, maybe drop a like, subscribe. Let me know how you guys felt in the comments. My humor may be offensive to some people. If so, I'm sorry. And yeah, have a great day.
Nuke the whole generation.